Today is Maundy Thursday, and in the build-up to Enduring Holy Week, we as Christians, we take time to really reflect upon Easter and what it means to us and getting our hearts right. And today's I find it quite a sobering day, because it's remembering the fact that this was the day where Jesus was betrayed, and him and the disciples were sitting in the upper room, and Jesus was saying all these things. In the book of John, it talks a lot about the different things. And right at the start, it said Jesus was washing his disciples' feet. And he says these words in 34 and 35. He says, "So now I am giving you a new commandment. Love each other, just as I have loved you. You should love each other. Your love for one another will prove to the world that you are my disciples." And he's saying this as he's washing their feet. And if you knew anything about that culture, you'd know the fact that actually it was a dirty way of living. You know, their feet would have been disgusting, and to have the Son of God cleaning your feet and then telling you to love one another. And this is one of those acts that we can do. Like, how do we love one another? How do we do this? And then as we go on in the evening, the Passover meal, Judas goes and betrays Jesus. So Jesus was knowing this the whole time, that this was all coming into play. You know, he knew that this was going to be happening, and how that would have been, I don't know, one of the hardest things to know. This is just his last night on earth as a human being with his mates in a room, but actually he was leading up to say goodbye. And he's giving lots of different accounts. You know, he's promising the Holy Spirit. He talks about the true vine. He talks about the work of the Holy Spirit and all these things. And the disciples would have been going like, what is he on about? What is he on about? But in those couple of verses, love each other just as I have loved you. And what does that mean for us? Like, how do we love each other? And I think one of the greatest things that we can do in loving each other is being there for one another. To give that time, to not take time for granted, but to actually do the things that are really important, to know what those things are. So may you at this time know that actually that the greatest commandment that God could give you right at this moment is to love one another, just as he has loved you. Because your love for one another will prove to the world that you are my disciples. So let's love one another in a new and fresh way today. Yes, I'm using valuable soap at the moment.
It's really weird. He's cleaning my face.
I am cleaning your feet, yeah.
But why?
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 Because you're being made clean. Oh. That's what Jesus did for his disciples. It's a symbol.
What do we draw our feet on?
The tea towel. So have a good week, guys. And remember, show love to everyone you come into contact with, because that's the way that Jesus showed his love for us.